Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to the Sound of Spirit podcast. Today, my guest is Sophia Soul of SacredU.Love. It is a beautiful spiritual community. I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself or about what you want people to know about you.
Thank you so much, Megan. First of all, this is an honor.
Thank you.
This is really, really honor to be on your show and just to connect with you and your listeners. I love this chatting. And first of all, okay, so a little bit about me. First of all, with Sacred You. So I have also the honor of co-creating Sacred You, which, yes, is a global community for women. And we do that. But in saying that, my business partner is a man, another heart-centered dad, and we do have one other man with us who has a tribe called Break Through the BS Barriers, or Break Through all we carry around. There was a stage where we were definitely open to men, but because I never put the energy into it, because I was so focused on doing other things, what we were doing that never really took off. So, but in saying that, it doesn't mean to say that can't happen in the future.
Absolutely.
And if there is anyone out there in the world who would love to help us open up our space to men and has the time and the energy to put into that, then we're definitely welcoming men into our community. But at the moment, we say that we're a global community for women. And I have the honor. All my life I've been guided by the universe. Right? All my life I follow guidance in everything that I do. I just, whatever is in front of me, I, as much as possible, say yes to. Because as you would know, when you say no, it kind of doesn't work out.
Right.
You kind of can't say no to things because I've tried quite a few times. And in my journey, I've been led to where I am now, even though I said no to coming down here. And so very quickly, before Sacred You, I was a nomad. I was a traveling sound practitioner. I love sound healing. That's a whole other story, which I'd love to get into too. Love sound, because sound is my medicine. Sound has changed my life.
Same.
Physically. And I used to travel around in my car. I was home free. I did not have a home. My car was set up for camping. I would do house sitting and I'd travel around doing sound healings. Loved it. Could go anywhere on. Even had the opportunity to go overseas for eight months. Sound healing. Until one day the universe told me that I wanted to go left where I was driving, and it said, no, you've got to go right, and you've got to do this long-term house sit in Newcastle in Australia during winter, which I wasn't keen on because I'm a cold frog. Now, I know in America, the further north you go, it's colder, but because I'm down south, the further north for us, it's warmer. I was going to go north for winter, and the universe said, no, you've got to go south. And it was like, you don't want to go there. No, it's too cold. Look, it's not that cold. It doesn't snow, but it's still cold for me. But I said, you have to, so I did. And my 5-month house sit has now turned into, very soon will be on my 7th year. Been here for 6 years, because when I got here, again, it was like, what am I doing here? Don't want to be here. If I'm not meant to be here, I'm out of here. And it was like, you're staying here. That's it. Yeah. No more travel. No more nomading. And it was like, oh, but I am. But the reason why was because of Sacred You, because I have a friend who also lives in Newcastle, who I've known for quite a while. And we were just talking, and I was just sharing that, I've had it quite a while, this feeling that we get a guidance to create communities for women all over the world. Had no idea how. It was just this feeling. And after talking to my friend, who is now my business partner, it's like, okay, let's do this. So we have been slowly creating a global community for women without really knowing anything what we're doing, without really knowing what we're getting ourselves in for, especially the tech, which has changed so much. And Kim, who's built the website, knew nothing about websites when he first started. Now he's an expert with the help of AI. But it's taken a whole journey, and you meet some amazing women like yourself, and amazing men too. I've met some amazing men in this journey. You learn so much. It's a space where anyone can belong. One of our biggest needs, we all know we've got six top needs, the Maslow needs, but one of them is connection. With the wonders of technology, we can connect all over the world, which is really great.
Yeah.
But it's also taken us away from ourselves. We have a connection, we have a relationship with our devices, our computers, our phone, much more than we have with ourselves.
Absolutely.
And SacredU kind of developed from that. Now, even though we use technology, it's an opportunity for us to connect with ourselves, because we're helping women empower themselves. For anyone who doesn't feel like that they know themselves, for anyone who doesn't have a space to belong, we provide that even though it is online. We also definitely encourage in-person ones, and I'm hoping that one day we can start up in-person connection groups as well, because that in-person stuff is also very, very deep.
Absolutely.
But we can have the in-person stuff, and we can also have the online, because we get to meet women from all over the world that you'd never meet in person.
And one of the cool things that I found, just having stumbled upon the community, and even though it is online, it feels like connection. It's really this beautiful thing that, I had just reached out to you randomly from, doing a search, and it turned into something that I didn't know I needed until I got there, honestly. And I feel so blessed to have found it. And I encourage anybody, who feels called to check it out, to do that for sure, because just in the short time I've been there, I've really felt a sense of belonging. And like you said, I felt welcome. I feel heard. I feel seen. And it's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And we are so honored to have you with us. And you are definitely welcome. And definitely, it's a space where you belong. We all go through stuff.
Yes.
But I'm not saying that, SacredU is the end all for everyone and for everything. You're still going to have issues. We all are. Because one thing that I've noticed, Mika, and I hope this comes out the right way, is that it's a very good mirror. It's such a good mirror, because even though we're online, stuff still comes up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it comes up for the light to be shined upon, for it to be released. I've grown so much, and I know other women have grown so much in SacredU, because I've had to work on my shit.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking to someone else, it's like, oh, I don't like that. Well, when I don't like something in someone else, it's because I don't like it within me, and I need to work on that. I've learned so much in this community, and I know other women have too, because that's what we're there for. We're here to hold each other's back, have each other's back, walk the path, and go, it's okay that you're going through whatever, because either so am I, or I've been there. I get you.
Yeah, and that's such the beautiful thing, is that we're all spiritual teachers in our own right, whether we're on camera in front of a community or just talking to our neighbors at the mailbox. It's however we can connect or uplift in that interaction is spiritual healing in a way. You're offering me something, and I'm offering you something in exchange, and it's just such a beautiful thing when you can zoom out and see that.
Yeah. And And it's true. You know, and one day you might turn on and you're talking to someone, and you know, one day, Mika, we're going to come on the camera and there's going to be something there, whatever energy, the planets not, you know, Mercury's gone retrograde, or the planets are doing this, or something else. I've got out of the wrong side of the bed. I'm, you know, tired, whatever it is, and I'm going to say something which, or you're going to say something which might insult me, and I'm going, well, that's okay because it's my feelings. Thank you for bringing that up. Now I've got to go away and work on it. And we get that. It's all everyone does. And if I insult you, which could happen, I apologize now, but in the future, then it's an opportunity for us to grow.
Absolutely.
But, you know, Sacred U is so much more. I mean, I, you know, yes, I know I can say that because the co-creator, but to me, it's really a place to empower ourselves. And right now, we have a wonderful opportunity for women to share their voice.
Yes.
You know, there's so many. A lot of women, especially from past, if you go into, you know, ancestral and past life stuff, if you get into that, you know, we've had our voice suppressed.
Yes. Man, and I got to tell you, that is one of the biggest draws for me, is because I have felt very stifled in a lot of ways, or just like pent up expression. And just to have a place where I feel seen and heard is, especially being in the social media world, it can be a little bit like screaming into a void. Whereas now you're talking directly to your people, your tribe. And like you said, you encourage not just community members, but people to actually go there and offer gifts, as, you know, like you, I started helping with doing weekly tarot readings and things like that. That is such a beautiful thing to feel supported in that way, that I'm yours for life because I feel that support. And I think, like I said, anybody who wants to feel heard or loved, this is definitely a spot where I can tell you experientially that I have experienced feeling welcome and belonging and loved and heard.
Well, I said, we're honoured that you're with us. And hope, you know, well, I know, not hope, you know, you're moving into doing wisdom circles as well, because that's what we offer. One of the things that we offer from women all over the world. And you don't have to be an expert. You know, I've had so many women, but I'm not an expert. It's okay. I really value, Mika, I don't know about you, lived experience. Much moreover learned, I'm an expert, I've got a PhD, or I've got this, I've got that, absolutely. But yet I haven't lived it. Anyone who has lived in this world has experience in all our podcasts that we offer. You know, and for people who are still a little bit hesitant, that it's a wonderful way for any woman to come, and even if they just sit in the audience just to start with and share one thing, not a problem. But for those who do want to share their voice, are ready to share their voice, then we have, you know, the wisdom circles, and we have our podcasts. We have 2 podcasts again, and so we have our 2 podcasts, our Pathways to Wellbeing and our Archetypes of the Soul. But we also have, for all our community members, an opportunity just to come on, and we do and we just have a conversation. It doesn't even have to be about anything in particular, because one thing, Mika, and I'd love to know you from your experience, you know, I meet a lot of women who's like, oh, I've got nothing to share.
Yeah.
You know, I've got whatever. But yet their life is so inspirational.
Yes.
They don't realize how much other people are inspired by what they've gone through.
Yeah, absolutely, because everything is all relative. And that's why I say, like, your experience, or even just your energy being there, can be the thing that clicks something into place, or helps someone feel heard, or helps someone feel loved or understood. And that's big, because we all do need that connection. I think we're all waking up to that nowadays. We're being a lot more receptive to energy and science, and energy are kind of agreeing with each other now, science and spirituality. So I think we are on the right track with that. And I think and doing more community things whether it be online or in person, is so important, because whatever it is, we need that interaction with each other, even if it's just talking to each other.
Yeah, and that's all it is, and it's just an opportunity to share your voice. And I said, we have, Sacred U also has lots of other community events where, especially for women who are still very hesitant, you just come and just sit there and be there. Even though, I'm a person, because I do so much online, and run so many things online, and I'm also a visual person. So I encourage everyone to have their camera on. I encourage it. But it's also okay now, I've learned that not everyone is ready for that either. So it's okay. You can just show up, and you don't even have to have your camera on if you really don't want to, until you're ready, until you feel comfortable. We've had a lot of women who come through, and it may take them a few times, whatever, and then they start to feel comfortable, and they'll switch their camera on. We've had women. We had a woman with us who she has since passed, and bless Susie. She had a lot of health problems, and she used to come on Zoom in bed. She was in bed, and she was one of our guides. So she would teach, or she would facilitate, host tribe meetings from her bed. And this was a stage when we were going live in our Facebook group. We no longer do that, because we now go live in our village, in our own online village. But in our Facebook group, and there were women who were watching her who were so inspired by her being in bed. And it's like, well, if she can do it, so can I.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful.
So, it's open for everyone, no matter where you are, how you look. We are all, women. And if we open up to more men, then we make arrangements for that, right? But, we all have bodies. We all have bodies. We all go through our own stuff about our bodies. We all go through our own journeys of, self-esteem and self-love and self-acceptance, or not, and not feeling worthy. But yet we're here to help you to slowly feel worthy. One of the things, if I can share, Mika, a little bit about my life really quickly. I don't know if I've told you this. So I was born with a genetic condition, okay? I've had over 30 operations. I've been in chronic pain. I'm vertically challenged, very vertically challenged. I'm now less than 5 foot. I used to be 5 foot at a stretch. Now I think I'm 4'7", something like that. And I look different because of this genetic condition, right? So I stick out in a crowd in the wrong way. You could say the wrong way. And when I was growing up, and I know everyone experiences this, we have this, we live in a world now where anyone who is outside the box, right, outside this box, if you don't fit into this box that society perceives to be normal, if you're outside of that box, especially children and teenagers don't know how to handle it. They're not taught, they don't have the ability, they're not showing their parents and their teachers, because it wasn't around then, definitely when I was growing up. And people start treating you differently and start bullying you. This is where bullying comes from. It's because I don't know how to deal with you. Right. So I'm going to treat you differently because that's all I know, right? So I was extremely bullied as a teenager, very, very bullied, and had no self-worth. Did not even think that I was worthy enough to be alive, so did try and take myself out a couple of times. Did not even think I was worthy enough to have a voice, because I kept being interrupted. Every time I tried to talk, someone would say something. So I developed this belief that I wasn't even worthy enough to speak. And I developed a really bad stutter. So on my journey for for a little while, for a few years, I don't know for exactly how long, I blamed everything else. I blamed my mother because she has the condition and it's genetic. She gave birth to me. I blame my sister because she doesn't have the condition and she's so-called perfect. She fits into this box. You know, she's tall, she's strong, she's all this type of stuff. I blamed God, if there was a God. Didn't really like God, but I blamed God. Why me? Why not my sister? Why me? Why this? Why?
Yeah.
Why me? Until I started to realize that this is my life.
Yeah.
And I have a choice. I can go down the road of being a victim. Why me? Why not my sister? What did I do to do this? Why, you know, and blame everyone else. Or I can start to take responsibility for my life. And I thought, well, I don't want to live the rest of my life being a victim.
Yes.
And obviously trying to take myself out didn't work.
Right. Yeah.
So that was no longer an option. So I don't like this. So what am I going to do about it? So that's where I really started my journey, my spiritual journey. And I started to get into, you know, building my self-worth, building my self-esteem, because I had none.
Yeah. I was like that too.
Right? I had absolutely none. And so I went on this journey. I went on the journey of, you know, who am I really? Am I really this body that's got this genetic condition, that's had 30 operations, that's been, you know, pumped full of drugs and is in chronic pain and all sorts of stuff? Am I this?
Yeah.
Or am I something more? You know, because I also believe that from a very young age, very, very young age, that there was a bigger purpose, that I'm here for a bigger purpose, that I don't belong in this world. I've got this body now to learn.
Yeah.
We come down. I believe I chose this body. One day I'm going to have a very good talk to myself because for some reason I like to take on lots of challenges. I believe that I chose this body so I could go through lots of challenges and learn from them.
Yeah.
Because the only way we grow is by being challenged. Life would be bloody boring if we were all the same and never had challenges. Challenges are there to help us. We just don't always hear the lesson.
No, and that's 100% the truth. It sounds so similar to the journey. I mean, I wasn't exactly bullied, but I definitely had the self-worth issues and made decisions from that place. And really just like you said, just throwing it at how life is doing this to me and how come this and how come that and why is everybody else. And then I had to really take stock and say, and I'm still in that building stage of saying, hey, take responsibility for what's going on. You know, it doesn't matter what's showing up. It's coming from you. It's not happening to you. And so just that little shift in perspective has helped me understand how to navigate the stuff that does show up, because it will still show up. It's not like you said, it doesn't just become perfect. You just know how to navigate it a little better, and it's helpful to have support and people to bounce things off of, or even just a place where you can go and, like I said, be seen or heard.
Yeah, that's what SacredU is for. You know, for me, we could have a whole other conversation about this if you want to, but I believe reincarnation. Again, it's been an early thing. It's where I've got this whole condition from, a whole journey of other lifetimes. But I just think, Mika, you know, if I don't go through it now, I'm going to have to go through it when I come back again.
Right.
And I don't want to.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know, let's try and learn whatever lessons the universe has got me, or I've chosen to learn, because we all choose our own lessons. We just forget about them. But whatever lessons I have to learn, this is the lifetime to learn it. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you want to look at it, I've made the choice to learn a hell of a lot of lessons all at once. And that's the beauty of, Sacred You, is that we're here to help each other learn those lessons.
Yes.
When we can just step back and go, okay, this is another thing. I'll give you another very, very quick example, without going into the whole thing, because it was I had an issue with a few members. Something happened, and I felt that my trust was violated. Totally. That I could no longer trust these people. Like, it was so big, it was so deep. This whole thing, this feeling, this energy was there for a couple of days, and I actually went into shock. It was that the situation that happened. It's like, my God, I can no longer trust you.
Yeah.
But then when I looked into it, after I got over the initial shock thing of jiggy, like, let that go. Like, you go through it, then let that go.
Yeah.
That's not doing you any good. It's like, well, I can't trust them because I don't trust myself.
It's a reflection. It's exactly what you said. They're just mirroring it back.
It's all a mirror. So then I had to work on trusting myself.
Yeah.
Really working on in ways that I don't trust myself, and how, and that goes back. Then we go back to the inner child, which we have an inner child healing tribe for anyone who wants to heal their inner child, because we've all got issues around our inner child, no matter what they are.
Yes.
Now, and if our inner child doesn't trust the adult that we are now, that's going to be mirrored by someone else. So we're here to help release, heal all the stuff that we've accumulated in our lifetimes that we might not even know about, because we've been there, or we are there. We're going through it. So yes.
Yeah, and I found that, like you said, since we are all connected, I'm noticing that, it's not helpful to know that people are struggling, but to know that you're not the only one, or that you're not alone, actually, because sometimes you can feel the walls closing in a way where you feel like nobody else understands me, nobody else hears what I'm saying, nobody else is going through this. And we do it to ourselves again. So it's just helpful to be able to stop for a minute, take stock of that, and say, okay, what's really going on here? And try to, again, zoom out, see things from a broader perspective. And so if somebody was interested in, what's the fastest way or the easiest way for somebody to get involved if they do? I mean, say they were brand new to spirituality but curious. What would I do?
If you're just curious, you can come and join us for free. Okay. Right? We have Sacred You, where we have a village. We have our own village where you can just hang out. We go live in the village on all our programs, coming up in less than a half an hour, in 30 minutes from where we're talking. We have our art medicine rituals, which we go live every month. We do other rituals. We have our tribes that we go live in there. We do our wisdom circles. We also have community events that anyone can come and join.
Oh, great.
Right? We do online fun and games every week. We do online jigsaw puzzles at the moment. We have our community connections. We do different things where you can come and join for free. And that's just a place just to start. We also have our archetype circles, but our Soul Seeker quiz for people who may not know what archetype they are. And then from that, we have archetype circles, which again, you can come and join and connect with other women who are similar archetypes and go on your journey to experience that. For free. For people who want to go a little bit deeper, and want to really start to work on themselves. They want more knowledge. Then we have our community membership, and for that you get to join any of our tribe meetings. You get to join our heart medicine ritual in the Zoom room, right, at no extra cost. Now, people in the village can come into, you've got a choice. You can watch it live in the village. If you want to join us, then you can, but then there's a casual fee.
Okay.
Right? I think it's $10.
Yeah.
But as a community member, it's all free. We've got our heart medicine rituals. We've got a protect and deflect rituals. We have all our tribes. We have our empowered entrepreneurs tribe for women who have businesses. We have, I'm just trying to think, we have moon medicine. We have a moon medicine circle that is also every week. We've got a rise and reset circle, which starts off the week to really lay those foundations. Lay those foundations that to help us, because again, we're all the same. You know, I love self-development. I love working on myself.
Yeah.
But then, you know, there are times where, I'm sorry, I'm actually trying to find things and I don't know if that's there. There you go. You know, we all go through stuff, but we also need that help and support to keep on going.
Yes.
It's not an easy world we live in.
Yeah, no doubt. And not even that, just the spiritual journey is kind of a lonely one because it's about you. And so it can feel like you're on this road alone. So like I say, it's so important to hear other people's journeys and maybe help understand where you are, where they may have had some help getting through that. So like I say, I'm one, you know, I've spent most of my time building on social media, but now my focus is community and even locally holding events and things here just to kind of really let people know that they're not alone, because we do spend a lot of time on our phones and in front of screens and things like that. So even though we're connecting, it can feel disconnected. So sometimes that in-person energy is even more palpable or needed in some cases for healing, you know. But is there anything else that you might want to talk about or plug before we go? And there is a sacred guides option there for people who are interested in running their own tribe. Definitely tell them about that side. I'm interested in that myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's also the next level. So you've got the village, which is free. You've got the community membership for those who want to go deeper and want to join our tribes or our rituals without having to pay for anything. And then you've got, as mentioned, you can become a sacred guide if you have anything that you would like to share with other women that, you know, it could be your business or it could be a hobby. It could, whatever it is that you'd like to share. Because one thing with our special interest tribes is that's exactly what their special interests. So it attracts women who have the same interest as you. So if you have a business, whatever that may be, whatever it is, and whether, you know, it's coaching or it's reading or it doesn't really matter, it's healing in some way, then having a special interest tribe is a great way, because you women who come in have that interest already. And when they get to know you and like you and trust you, then if you have any offers, they're more likely to buy from you than for someone who doesn't even know who you are. But it's a wonderful opportunity to share whatever it is with other women from all over the world. You know, and it's like it really feels like we've built the building and now they're coming. Now they will come. That, yes, people, you know, whatever it may be, whether you're just starting out, whether you want to go a bit deeper, or whether you're a little bit further on your journey and you want to share your wisdom,
I love
your
that.
gifts. And you can do that by having a tribe, by facilitating a wisdom circle, by being a speaker on a wisdom circle, by running a ritual. if you're into rituals, whatever rituals that may be, then we definitely welcome you. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is so amazing. Like I said, there's so much there, and you can just go and to SacredU.Love and just kind of feel around and see kind of where it takes you, because everybody is different on their journey, and I fully believe in divine timing and perfect timing, as we well know just in our own interaction recently about divine timing and perfect timing. So
Yes.
this is Sophia Soul of SacredU.Love. Is there any other information you want to give them before we take off? I know we have I know I'm going to be giving a talk at a couple of the wisdom circles at the end of this month, and then a couple, I think, at the next month as well. But we'll definitely keep them up on the dates of that. And if they want to reach out to you, or do you want to go into what you have to offer in terms of like sound healing, or is that just kind of your own?
Well, I do weekly, almost weekly. I do live sound healings in our village. I've got one coming up today in about 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because I do believe it won't be a long one, but I'm doing live ones. I just moved physically recently, so I'm not quite set up to do a long sound healing. But I'll share because sound is my medicine. That's the other thing in my journey. In healing, that that one was to working on my self-esteem, rebuilding, empowering myself, because if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it.
Yes.
And also I really got into energy healing because I'd been through so many operations and so many drugs.
Yeah.
My body couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate that I was guided into breathwork and sound healing. And now I have the opportunity to share that sound. At the moment, it's only in a short way, small way, but that will slowly grow. So yes, to come and join us in the village.
Yeah, that's amazing, honestly. And as you know, I'm a musician, guys. Sound has really changed my entire life and helped me through the darkest time, the happiest time, the everything time. It's just always there. So, and I'm a firm believer is that being one of the easiest and best ways to cleanse your energy, to cleanse your field, and to start and to reset everything. So definitely check that out in the village. Everything is definitely going to be in the description. Do you give any personal one-on-one sessions, or it sounds like you pretty much have every hour booked with something?
We can organise things. Of course, now we're absolutely fortunate and honoured that you're coming to share your gifts and your readings with us every week as well. So, people can come and tune in to that again live in the village, and it's free.
Yeah, I love that so much, and to be a part of that and to be talking to and received so warmly is an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And yeah, I mean, this will be your time to say goodbye to everyone. And you guys will be seeing much more of her, much more of me. We're going to be, kind of dancing together on this spiritual trail.
Just for that dance, because it really is a wonderful opportunity. And that really is, and thank you for sharing that, Meek, for saying that. Because when we dance through life, it becomes joyful.
Yes.
We make it too serious.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I get it. I'm spending a lot of time on computers. Life has become serious. Yeah. But when you can get out and move and dance and enjoy life, that's what it's all about. And having a community to do that, even if it's online. We've had dances online.
I love that.
We've actually had that. We have done that online, and it's just about having fun and letting go. Definitely, as Cole Adams says, it's all about reprogramming that subconscious and letting go, having fun. She's even got a song about joy out.
Yeah.
And it's free. Joy is free too.
Yeah.
Come and enjoy the joy at Sacred U in the village.
Yes.
For free.
Yes.
SacredU.Love. SacredU.Love. Come and join us.
It's really, really a beautiful experience. Everything is going to be in the description. You guys will be able to check that out. And I am so grateful again to know you, and I'm just grateful that you took the time to spend with me on the show today. I appreciate you. All right, have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
All righty, bye.